Welcome back. it's it's been a minute. Welcome back. Hello again, Hypnicity. Hello, Rooted Willow. Miss Utica. How are you doing today? Aw, hi Rossi. Wow. Well, sometimes those cards are pretty intense, huh? Yeah, I have no idea who set off my throat chakra with the whole coughing fit, but that was intense. So if you're here, we're just going to go ahead and let everybody come on in, repopulate. I'm going to set to work getting some of the energy cleared away. Whoever it was seemed to have dipped out away from the either that or else I just ended up clearing the energy for them. Sometimes that happens. Hello, Maria. Hi, Randy. Miss Jane. How are you today? Oh, apparently on the other thread, somebody absolutely needed some throat clearing. Lung. Could be that they were getting over some sort of cold, maybe. Which frequency should we hear this week? Utica, today you're going to want to listen to 852. And then there is nothing as far as a frequency specifically for the undistorted light because it's simply undistorted light. So you can play around with whichever frequency that you want for the solfeggios. And then as we move into Tirani, you're going to find that 741 hertz is going to be the most supportive for that. So as we move into Tirani, which is the tiny voice from heaven. Oh, no, I am watching a dog that scratches me. Well, you don't think it was Gretchen. It didn't feel like Gretchen. It felt like a human. There's one of the other things that I do, and that was what I originally started with, actually. Hello. A meditation, Miss Annie Bear. Ongoing throat chakra issues, overbearing. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? Yeah, whoever it is actually coming in. How to stop her? Give her something to do, Randy, would be my guess. Give her like a chew toy or a bone that she can work with instead of focusing on you. And my guess is we're going to be doing some energy work, so she's probably a little keyed up over that. Okay. So, Jane, so you were born during the month of March, during March 1st through the 28th, right? If that's the case, then you're going to be sign of a turtle. Paul Freed, our roaming pirate. That's the word that actually came out. I can't believe that, but I guess you're the roaming pirate, Paul. He was down in the Bahamas on an amazing cruise. Said, we are back home, came home to snow, which should be healthy because I think you're in Pennsylvania. Last week in the Bahamas was 98. Now snow in the 30s. Woo! Your body's going to have to figure this out. Oh, beautiful. Annie Bear is busy painting a lot and loving it. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, Unica's asking, how are your sisters, Paul? Great. Okay. So I'm going to go back up. I wanted to see left ear. So we're getting some ringing in the ear, maybe. Some messages from Michael. I'm assuming that's Archangel Michael. And we have Earth Star, meditation, Earth Star chakra. The Earth Star chakra in Lemuria is also called Ma'ita. It just depends on which way your focus is headed. If you are pointed down towards Mother Earth, then it is your Earth Star chakra. And you can easily find that by closing your eyes and then imagining you've got roots or imagining reaching into Mother Earth. And you'll feel it when you reach in. It's like a disc that is about 2 feet beneath your own feet in Mother Earth. And you can feel it kind of sneak into place. Now, if you are dizzy or you're feeling lightheaded, or if we're doing activations, which I'm probably going to be doing some today, then what you can do is close your eyes and then imagine growing tree roots right down into Mother Earth. And there's a very good chance that you'll feel that disc snick into place. When that happens, it usually helps to resolve some of the dizziness. The other thing that you can do is to help push your aura, your own energy flow, open that up all the way around you and then make it bigger. A lot of times, both of those will help to ground you more. And we are going from, as I said, we're headed from Motu. And that's part of why I have this highlighted with Maria, and why it was kind of perfect that somebody was making my throat chakra cough in the other thread, is because sometimes it can be that they've just got something mechanical, like you've got like the tag end of a cold or something. But it is also speaking to, we're going from one set of energies that's coming in. The undistorted light comes in, and then it comes through different stargates each month. It will come through a specific stargate. And that is what gives the essence, not just for those that are born in that month, but actually the essence for everybody. That's why I try to share those with people. So this month has been all about endurance. Next month, we are moving into, after 3 days, and that will start tomorrow, January 29th, 30th, and 31st. We'll kind of be in the energies of January and in the energies of February. And so it's going to be the energies of Motu, which speaks to endurance. And then we will be in the mixing of the energy from Tyranny, which is the tiny voice from heaven. Now, those that are born in the month, or the days of Ma'ita, these are called the crystal light of days. This is a little different from a regular Motu, but they are no more aligned to it than other Motus. So don't panic. It's simply that this month, if you so chose, you could go forward. Ma'ita babies could go forward to the next month. So like if you were born January 29th, then if you wanted to, what you could do is you could go to looking at Tyranny for your weekly oracle card readings. But I have to say, I not only know a lot of Ma'itas, I have a lot of Ma'itas that are in my life, and I have yet to meet one that wants to do that. Usually they're like, nope, my crystal is my symbol, central sun. Yeah, baby, that is it. They don't even bother looking at the other people. So Maria has ongoing throat chakra issues, and this was why I was speaking to it, because the throat chakra is going to be also the focus for the month of February. And so the throat chakra in the Kaha system, which is the Lemurian chakra system, is called Tenira. Today is the last day of Hea Motu, which is the endurance. And so this month, the focus has been more about the third eye chakra or the brow chakra. And so we've been getting a lot of downloads. And like this, she's saying family and parent is overbearing. That I understand. And sometimes you can feel like you're being blocked. Now, one of the things I'm going to speak to this, Maria, is you can have a knowing where we will physically free up your throat and everything. And you can have a knowing of something that is first coming in. And especially for this month, as things come in and you have your choice. This isn't the first time for the voices where it is going to be up to you. You can use your discernment. Sometimes whenever something comes in, you do want to keep it to yourself for just a little while as you're integrating that energy. Because what's going to happen then is you will then feel into the field, and then you can discern if that's something that you want to share and when you want to share it. Sometimes we blurt things out there and they're not fully developed. And then you get stomped on and crushed. And then you have to think, oh, I've got to shrink myself down in order to fit in with my family. And no, a lot of times what we'll find is, especially sometimes you just think that you've been born into a family and you think, oh my God, the stork dropped me off at the wrong place. What were you thinking? And the reason why is because we were actually there to help work through either ancestral stuff for our first family or it was stuff that we decided to do with our family on the other side. And so we've been working through that. But the turbulent times that we're having right now isn't just the turbulence of going from Heiamoto to tyranny. It is the turbulence that we're in right now as we go from the old carbon-based system of Capricorn, was what it was called in Western astrology, to the age of Aquarius. Sorry, struggling with these words. It is tyranny that we're moving into, which is Lemuria 5. So if you've managed to find me, you're actually on your journey to remembering that you are a Lemurian. Wayuwatapu. I remember. So let's get scrolling while I've been blabbing here. Yeah, Annie Bear's been waking at 2:30. I have been waking all kinds of strange hours. And last night, I don't know about the rest of you, but have you been having like these weird, we're not even going to call them timeline blips. They're just flat out time blips where things are repeating themselves. I swear to God, I actually heard one this morning where I was watching. It was a live stream from somebody. She said a sentence and there was no glitch on the feed, and it's a live stream and it repeated. Suddenly she just instantly repeated what she had just said. I was like, whoa. Even for me, that's a little weird. But it's just it's a little bit like going back to the child essence, Tona, which is, there is, with kids, there is no future. I mean, something like Christmas, oh my word. I mean, Christmas took forever and a day to get to. You didn't even think that it existed because it was a year away or 6 months away and everything is in the now. So, oh dear, she scratched my car. What you might do in that case, Randy, is as you approach your car, turn around and walk the other way until she realizes that she really shouldn't be. My guess is she's really excited to get back to Ophelia. And she's probably thinking she should put her feeties all over it. So here we go. We're going to scrolly. Beautiful. I know, right, Rossi? That must have been a past life. Something slipped in there. Yes, to Archangel Michael. Huh, sun's hot. In the 50s. Where are you, Randy? In the desert? That's super duper warm. Let me see. What if you are the center near a star? I don't understand that question. What if you are the center and near a star? Oh, hop in if anybody else can answer that. Year of the Snake. The lunar eclipse starts tomorrow, or not the eclipse, but the Lunar New Year, which is the Chinese New Year, and that will be the Year of the Snake, and that starts tomorrow. Oh, cool. Be picky. Whenever you go to get shungites, be picky because there are some fakes that are out there. Use your gut intuition. You'll get a pull, or you'll know what your own tells are. Sometimes what I like to do too is you can just run your hand in front of the photo or the image, and you can feel it through the photo on the image, and see if it feels real. Paul. So I had a strange feeling last night when I was sleeping. I was feeling like someone was watching me, but saw no one. Could this be the archangels or something self? Paul, did it feel, when you felt into it, because all of us know the feeling, whenever somebody's got eyes on us, you can literally feel that. If you were feeling, if you weren't feeling panicky, then it's going to be one of the higher beings, which could be you. It can be a guide that's coming in, or one of the archangels. Usually with the archangels, almost always, without a shadow of a doubt, their energy, when it comes in, you're uplifted. You feel safe, you feel warm, you're protected. It's very distinctive when you have something like an archangel come in. Now, there is a lot of things that are kind of coming and going right now. There is, this last week, I noticed for myself, there was a lot of shadow people that were coming and going. Or standing. Was it standing over your bed? Because I've had that. It's really kind of creepy when that happens. Yes, Annie Bear. It's 852 today. And then tomorrow you can still choose to use the 852, or there's no specific hertz for the 3 days of Ma'ita. And then we will be going down to 741 as the supportive hertz. Those are still Fagio frequencies. And those are not really specific to Lemuria. They're just aligned to as we're going up and down through. So that hertz frequency 741 is supportive. Watch how you're feeling, peaceful or yep. And you can actually shut them off. What you can do is put a bubble of light around you before you go to sleep. That's for anybody, especially if you're in something like a haunted house situation. I had a haunted house, the house that we lived in before this one, even this one had some haunting troubles that I got rid of, which was kind of nice because the other one I couldn't get rid of. But you can, when you're laying in bed, you can imagine columns or pillars at the four corners of your bed and just let your imagination go wild. They can be as ornate and whatever they look like to you that looks solid, do that. And then imagine sheets of light all the way around so that your bed is completely encased. And remember to do it above and below the bed as well, so that you are kind of in this huge cube of just glowing bright white light. Sometimes if you're in a haunted house scenario, you need to do something like that in order to keep lower frequency beings from sneaking in when you're asleep. It's a lot less tricky now than what it used to be. Oh, well, happy birthday. Lori Hunsinger, I need to stick with my 30th day. Oh, okay, sure. And be the sea turtle, the blue light of truth. Beautiful. So you're on my E to 2. So you're happy birthday. I have heard many times recently to connect to my golden pyramid in my heart directly. Yes. And that is the other thing too. Sometimes we are so keen to connect to things that is without side of us or is outside of us. And so we forget the kingdom of heaven is within. You're going to hear that from a lot of different modalities. And so we have to do a 180 instead of looking outside of ourselves for further knowledge. Just sit and be with our heart space. And I'll try to find it. There was a video from Diana Cooper. I want to say that was last week maybe, or maybe a couple weeks ago. But she was doing a high heart. So that would be the 6th dimension. She was doing a high heart meditation. That was very potent and very enjoyable. If I can find it again, I'll put it in my community page. Let me see what we got. And that's actually what we're aiming for. Before his passing, Hanumaita Kumara Taki, he had expressed that we are in the orange age. And the orange actually speaks to, that will be Tona, which is the Southern Cross, which is the Stargate to the child. And the child is actually Tatama, your high heart chakra. So we have really been in an age where we have been pulled into our head a bit too much physically. We need to get into our heart, which is the feeling. But what we're really needing to do is balance between the two, which is Tatama, which is the high heart. And it's okay. We're going to get there. We're absolutely going to get there. Oh, dear. Oh, boundaries, honey. Yep. Exactly. And you might not share your information when it comes through. You may just do journaling yourself And if you don't feel safe enough to write things down, go for a walk and just sort through your own feelings, but keep those to yourself. What you're going to find in that scenario is that as your energy changes, it will actually radiate out and I won't. Going forward, we really need to stay in our own lane. It's very tempting to go, oh, I can fix you. Oh, I can change this. Oh, I can change you. No, what we need to do is we need to stay in our own lane and just continually work on our own interior energy as it's coming through. Some of the stuff is very turbulent. And by that, I mean, as we go about our day-to-day life, we can run into energies that feel really heavy, where we feel sluggish, like we're wading through molasses. And then other times it can feel really dizzy. I've had it in scenarios where I've been out at like a restaurant or something, and I've had the dizzy stuff just boom drop down like a portal on me, and I'm sitting there trying to hold a conversation in public, going, yeah, that's fine. In the meantime, my whole body is doing this. It's like, oh, make the room stop spinning. But it's the different energies that are coming in, and so I know by now that it's fine. There's nothing physically wrong with me. I'm just simply having to do a lot of integrating, allowing that to integrate, because I'm going from, and everybody here we're going from a carbon-based system to a crystalline base system. And I know that sounds really highfalutin, but it's not. A lot of it is just being here day by day, doing our transmutation. You're getting tools on your tool belt as we go along. See. Oh, now that's interesting. So you got some insights then. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, great. That's great. See, some of the stuff just drops in, and I know whenever I deliver the message, I don't personally know, but I know that the person that's receiving these messages, they usually know fully behind it. Let me see. So, great. I am glad to hear. Annie Bear, you're a real clear channel for light, and I would say continue to do that. Keep focused on you. It's one thing to just listen to and to get other information or frequencies from other people, because just seeing my name, Lahuna Kamaroha, you guys are getting an activation from that. It's working with and on and with your DNA, and so by you being here and being present, that also helps me with my own activations. We're coming together and we're making this beautiful net. Tekupinga Maui, Children of the Stars. Requesting a harmonization, you missed it. Sure. I know, right? The time has been really, really weird. Okay, cool. So for anybody that was here, we're going to go ahead and just jump right through this right quick. I have no hope of catching up with these, so I'm going to just scroll down a little further. Nope, I'm going to go back up because I'm going to try to get these. Okay. Guys, I have to stop chatting long enough for me to catch up with this stuff. But what we're going to do right quick is I'm going to walk you through the entirety of the harmonization. And so for this one, I'm actually going to tell you the words that are behind it, because I want you to go ahead and hear how we are harmonizing. And this is for the multidimensionality. So, Tihe Ori, grateful for the breath of life. From the void of the cradle of creation comes first light, Ma, first breath, Ha, first birth, Ka, first life, first love, Wa, first stone, Ta, first fire, Hi, Ma, Ha, Ka, Wa, Ta, Hi. First dimension, It Ing Wa, in the name of Tito Iri, the vibration, the O, the frequency, the Wana, the energy, Wayuwatapu, I remember. Second dimension, Ita Ingawa, in the name of Tefanui, the land, Tarani, the sky, Takatao, the water, Wayuwatapu, I remember. Third dimension, Ita Ingawa, in the name of Tafaya, the mother, Tamatua, the father. Tama, the child. Wayawatapu, I remember. Tihe, ori, ora. Multidimensionality, grateful for the breath of life. Sorry about that. Little bit of a wobble because my mentor, my Lemurian mentor, was a Tirini, so his birthday's coming up. A little bit of a wobble. Oh, cool. Painting a snake-like figure, like a figure 8. Mm-hmm. Ah, tombstone. Wow, some strange energies in that desert. Randy's in the desert of Arizona. Okay, gang, I'm gonna just dial through here right quick and try to catch up with your chats. Ah, that's cool. I have an app on my phone that will identify the rocks. Neat, neat, neat. It was off and on. Okay. Very helpful. Scrolling, scrolling. Beautiful. Huh, Randy has no shadow people. Big lad. It's really annoying. They never actually appear right in front of your peripheral or your regular vision. It's always the periphery. And so 10,000 times you're looking for something that is out of the corner of the eye. It's a pain in the patootie. Yeah, I have a ban on the looky-loos when I sleep. Bingo. That's exactly it. Only higher dimensions. Although, oddly enough, it was the same thing as a glitch. I had another one of my orbs that came into the room. I think that was last night. And I watched them. They tend to disappear into my closet. It's definitely a portal. And so they will come and go. And it was like watching it on a loop. It was like it was stuck in a time loop or something because it just kept appearing, going, appearing, going, appearing, going. Are Rife and Solfeggio the same? No, actually, they are not. The Rife frequencies were discovered by Dr. Rife. Well, no, I take that back. He may not have actually been a doctor of medicine at the time, but he was the one that discovered the Rife frequencies for which it is named. And so each one of those have different meanings. Dr. Rife was in the early 1900s. But the solfeggios are much older. You're going to hear those in Gregorian chants. Huh. So Randy's back to her interesting skylights. Yeah, my friends have been coming and going from the skies. Mostly they stabilized, but they've been doing, I don't really know what to call it. I usually have 3 UFOs that hang out and they've been here long before I showed up in 2013 on the Oregon coast. And then during certain times, they've done grid work patterns. Now, I will say, whenever it was that drone activity during New Jersey, they were beyond ticked off and they were upset. And I had never seen so many of them in the night sky. And then they disappeared back down to my favorite 3. And so I have no idea what that was about, but apparently whatever it was that agitated them and got them worried, they just kind of stood down from that. So here we go. Every time, here we go. Lori Hunsinger says, every time I woke up last night, place the intention of what is in the children's best interest from now on. Manifest that for being the reason for the future decisions on Earth. Yes. Don't place that boundary on the child because they do need boundaries to feel safe in the world. Like I've seen some parents where like every decision the kid is making. Oh, come on. They just got here. It's terrifying. Don't do that to them. But as she's saying, you make the intention of as we're going forward, it's going to be in the purity of the child. Yeah, happy birthday. And our spirit teams. Really? You still don't dream. So I don't think that's the issue. That's interesting. Is Lemurian crystal a myth? No, it is not. Just bought an orange kyanite. Ooh, How cool. I have blue kyanite. I shall bring out one of my kyanites with a Lemurian quartz from Brazil. Yes. Actually, yes. You actually have one of the Lemurian crystals. And it's cool because they have codes in them. That's a regular kyanite. I don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. Focus in a little bit better. It's kind of a denim blue. Kyanite's amazing. It's also called an angel stone. Some of the quartz crystals need to be cleaned and cleared, like put it into the moon to cleanse or the sun to cleanse. Kyanite doesn't need that. It actually holds its high frequency, and then it will go ahead and cleanse your other stones. Kind of like selenite. Yeah. Which is really cool. I love kyanite. Beautiful. Oh. Yeah. So Annie Bear rarely remembers mine. Mine have been, it depends. Some of mine, I know that I am definitely working overtime in other realms. Most of the time, I'm not privy to what I'm doing over there. But there's been a few times that I've woke up and I was like, oh my God, small wonder I've been tired. Aw, that's wonderful. That's a knowing is what that is. Child is the high heart chakra. Yes, it is. Tatama. Amazing and assuring. Head to toe. Goosebumps. Let me see. Oh, beautiful. I'm beginning to feel subtle things like if I no longer engage, then the pattern stops. Beautiful. So you're starting to pick up on your subtle senses. Beautiful. And growing in discernment. Ah, wow. So Paul says his next trip is going to be coming out to see the Pacific Ocean this year or next year. Can't wait. It's an experience. I will say that the energy out here is second to none. Aw. Yeah, Randy's dragons are her personal dragons. Beautiful. I think you've got that the wrong way, Utica. Dragons are free beings. I set them free. Well, usually with the dragons, yeah, that's just it. They pick the people. Very true. Yep. Let's see. Ah, gorgeous. So I built a big altar in the northwest corner because I'm in the Pacific Northwest. That's not silly. That's in perfect alignment. You have a resonance for that. Hello, Amanda Carroll. How are you doing today? Oh, no. Don't say first love. Okay. Aw, thank you, Annie Bear. She's posted my merch. For anybody that's interested, I do energy balancing on the meridians. And what that does is if you have like nagging knee injuries or back aches, and this will go for your pets as well as people, emotional upsets. If you have critters that have come to you that have had a traumatic background and they're just getting adjusted, then when you play the energy on the MP3, what happens is it acts like a GPS, and it will encourage your meridians, which are your rivers of energy that flow in and around your body, to go in the correct direction. And a lot of times what's going to happen is those symptoms, those dis-eases, will go ahead and correct themselves because it was an energy imbalance instead of there being something specific. And no, it is not intended to replace any kind of medical anything. If your pets or you are having a medical emergency, please see your veterinarian or your doctor. Hello, Tea Garden Chicken. Wow, that is kind of warm. Beautiful. 41 degrees. Ice cream truck being heard. That's balmy, right? Ah, beautiful. A fairy came to visit while I was in the truck driving from. That's gorgeous. So you had one of your little light pixies come in, right? That's so cool. Yeah, go grab an ice cream. That's funny. Yep, for spiritual and entertainment purposes only. Yipper dipper do. Oh yeah, and that was when I had been asked to do one-on-ones. So I now have one-on-ones in my store available. Um, so yeah, if you follow to debbiedement.com, that's my shop, and I do have all kinds of different things in there. There are different MP3s, and there is the Lemurian energy. It's like an environmental balancer. For that one, what you're going to find is, like, for my shows, you will usually hear me saying those out loud. But what I chose to do on that one is I chose to go silent with the codes. And the reason why is because sometimes we want to up level our environment and our energy that's around them. And so we can play these, then you can play that in the background, and it doesn't have to be at a loud volume. And it will help to balance your entire energy field around you. It will balance the home. And so the people around you will also be balanced at the same time. Since there's nothing specific for them to hear, I find usually the conscious mind doesn't fight against that. And then the other ones that are in there, I have the MP3s that I had mentioned, which are the cat specific, dog specific, horse, and human. So each one of those are specific MP3s. If you have a different animal, you can do, like, for the horses, you can also do that for your cows or what have you, your llamas, your bigger animals. And then if you have a smaller animal, like say a pet rabbit instead, you could use like the kitty cat for them as well. Call them back for a visit. Oh, you're very welcome. Is there a Hertz frequency if you just need a break? The main thing on that is to just take a break. There are days that I will do that where I will simply step back from doing any kind of frequency music whatsoever. And I have a favorite tree in my backyard. Two of them, actually. One's my cherry tree, the other one's a hemlock. And I will go out and heart hug them. And I will place my forehead and my nose to the tree just to detox. And I allow them to take off any excess energy or frequencies that are going there. And it doesn't take that long. If you close your eyes, because humans are very visual creatures, a good 80% of our brain capacity is taken up with trying to figure out and decipher our visual cortex. And so if we close your eyes, it allows the other senses to come forward, and you'll be able to feel the energy shift when the tree takes that from you. Yep. Tanaro. Hug a tree. That's literally what I mean whenever I say you can go hug a tree. It doesn't take that long. Yeah. I mean, literally, you can even, if it's not too sappy, you can actually put your whole heart up against it if you want, in your tummy, and just literally hug it. I've done that some nights where I just simply, just that, had to put my feet on it, old ground, just to ground through the energies. And it will definitely work. Okay. Yes. Quite a few people probably need to sleep. Let me see what else I might have note-wise. This week's been a little bit strange for me. Like I said, I've been having a lot of time slips this week. And so it's been a little not as information packed as what I expected. It's been more of an experience packed week for me. Tough to hug a tree around here. You got that right, Randy. Good job. What was that called? The Joshua tree? You can send it air hugs. Actually, Randy, in your case, what you could do is make sure there's no rattlesnakes around it, but you could just put your hand onto a rock. And that's another option that you can do too. If you cannot do a tree, you can certainly reach out and touch a boulder or a rock and allow the same energies to pass out and through you. Everything is poking me. Well, a rock shouldn't. There should be a lot of flat-sided rocks there. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great week. Oh, Paul, if you get the chance, we moved the show with Valerie Bradshaw at Illumination Portal. That's going to be on Friday at 10 a.m. I hope my computer holds. It just blanked out. Yikes. A lot of times Paul is here lurking as he's working. Or he's on breaks. Yeah. And that's only if you needed to. Yeah. Dust and thorns. Seriously, Randy? You don't have any boulders? There's no boulders around? Come on. There's got to be rocks somewhere. Isn't that where the superstitions are? The Superstition Mountains? Don't get too close to them, though, because sometimes there's mountain lions up there. Unfortunately, they would make a snicker snack crunchy out of Gretchen. Oh, great. Not on this property. Okay. Fine. You just like being a pickle. Well, do you need to ground any energy? I mean, are you dizzy? Buy a rock and hug it. That's funny. Yeah, there you go. Drive down the road, find a boulder. That's what I'm talking about. And like I said, it doesn't take that long. Double check, make sure that there's no snakes around it, but you can just place your hands on the boulder and then allow the energy and the extra energy to just ground off through that. And sometimes you will have gifts, visions, sights will come in through the tree or from the boulder itself. And especially, I'm going to give you a heads up on that, especially as we're entering the month of Kidney, it can happen. So don't be alarmed if you have a vision come through either one of your eyes. Being told if it comes through your left eye, it is a vision for you. If it comes through your right eye, it's a vision to share. $12.12. I got 11:12 here. I'm just grateful that I have my computer still working. It's been, I think it's been reacting to my energy, truthfully. I've been kind of blanking out occasionally. I've been doing energy work on people and in the field. So even though I haven't actively been working over people's meridians, I've still been clearing the energy and everything. So if you're a person that's come in here and you're struggling with, say, your throat chakra or something, you may have actually found that your throat has cleared up or that your lungs aren't seizing kind of like what they were earlier, or your back may actually be feeling just a little bit better. And that's the energy field that I've been putting out. The other thing that you can do if you don't have something where you can ground, if it's an energy that you do not want in your field, you can imagine it being wadded up in an amazing picnic blanket. If it's nasty energy, put it up into a picnic blanket, wad it up, and then you can literally lift it up and hand it to the angels, or you can shoot it up into the central sun. Just throw it up into the central sun and say, here, you deal with it. Because sometimes there's stuff that we really can't deal with, and they can. The higher frequency certainly can. And that helps because that definitely it aligns the energies better, and it gets that up and out of your own energy field. Tape some crystals to my computer. I have so many crystals around, it's not even funny. I'm looking at quite a lot. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And I'm sure I'm missing 8. Actually, yeah, 8, 9. I do love me some crystals. Huh. I should be on the same time zone, but Arizona doesn't do the chime change thingy. Yeah, because Arizona's smart. Oh, I don't want to go out because it's cold and it's dark, and I completely understand. So in that case, what you can do, actually, I'm hearing, Jane, do you have a kitchen table? Uh, Please hold. Don't do that. But yeah, they gave me a vision of putting your hands on your kitchen table if it's a piece of wood, and then just allowing that to be your stand-in for the tree so that you don't have to go outside. Because I get it. There are times whenever you definitely should not be outside. We've undergone some pretty dire cold snaps. And as she's saying, Denmark is cold and dark, and this is just terrible. But yeah, I caught a quick vision of like a table. Just place both hands on either side of your table if you've got a wood table, and then allow that wood to transfer it. Just because it's been turned into furniture, it still carries that spirit, that essence. An earthing mat, neat. Yeah, I've heard great things about Hypnicity saying she's using an earthing mat. I've heard great things about those. I've heard people that have had earthing mats for like whenever you go to sleep for your bed. That'd be pretty wild. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, we've had quite a few frosty days. I'm used to rain on the Oregon coast. Not we've been wall to wall for the entire month of January. We've been pretty much just cold, clear. It's very unusual for here. We've had a strange high pressure ridge off of the coast, so it's been a little strange. Ah, gorgeous. Yeah, plenty. Rossi says plenty of trees in Florida, but weirdly, I carry a piece of Palo Santo in my purse. Ah, I love Palo Santo. Actually, yep, Palo Santo. Oh, great. I have a good wood table. Wonderful. Use that one. The kitchen is cold. Yeah, I'll bet it would be. But yeah, go ahead and use the wood table. Aw, good night, Utica. Pleasant dreams. Sleep sweet. There we go. Seasonal depressions. Yep. Oh, great. I have friends that have that SAD, seasonal something something. I can never remember that one, but they're over in the UK, and so it's because it's triggered because there is a vitamin D deficiency because they don't get the exposure of the sunlight that they normally do, and she uses the lights so that she's in front of the lights for a few hours every day, extra to what she usually does. Oh, Ross, this, yes. I think I need a grounding mat. I wake up vibrating every day. I have had so many times whenever I have woke up, and that's just that. At first, it feels like the whole bed is doing the earthquake thing, but it can't do the earthquake thing simply because it's one of those memory foam things. So it absorbs any of the vibrations, and so it literally is. It's a vibration that's coming in and it's integrating with my body. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Jane, give that a try. Absolutely. But as we move into Kirani, to give a little more information on that, Kirani is the sign of the hummingbird, and that will be for February 1st through the 28th. And its stargate is going to be Tupo, which is Venus in the evening. And that is the tiny voice from heaven. So we will be getting even more access to those sacred spaces. So through your meditations, and I know meditation can be a really scary, highfalutin word sometimes, and all that simply means is just take a few moments, close your eyes, take a good deep breath in, and then let it out, and then just sit there quietly with your own body and see if you hear anything or feel anything. Sometimes there will be a smell that comes in, and sometimes even a flavor, or sometimes you can feel pressures around your body, and sometimes there will be a knowing that drops in. You'll have an activation or a download. Now sometimes that can be in the form of something that is articulate, but other times it can be something that is just simply an energy upgrade itself, and that's what I was speaking to with the vibrating. Oh, good. That's great. Yep, vitamin D3 is really good. Yeah, I know. With the definitely need a light in the United Kingdom. Yeah, my friends over there in the UK, that it literally was the difference between a crippling depression for her and being able to be cheerful and out in the world. And it happened every fall. Every fall and winter, she would get that crippling depression until she started using the lights. And it doesn't take that long. I think she used it in the evening. So she would turn hers on whenever she came in from work, and she would start to make the tea in the evening. And then in the mornings, she would also use it around 6 o'clock in the morning. She would turn on her light and just have it on while she was getting ready for the day. And it definitely made a world of difference to her. Okie dokie, gang. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And thank you for sharing and commenting and liking and subscribing and being here with me. This has been a lot of fun. And for now, we are planning to be on, I'm not doing it on my channel. It's going to be with Valerie Bradshaw at Illumination Portal. And so we have it planned for Friday morning at 10 a.m. Wonderful. So enjoy the energies of this week, everybody. You can potentially feel into it and feel the difference as we go from today is the last day of Hia. So today is the last day of the endurance. Then we're going to go into 3 days of the undistorted light from the central sun. And you're probably already beginning to feel some of that coming in from Kirani, which is the next month that we have coming up, which is the tiny voice from heaven. So you're probably already getting messages and everything. Thank you so, so much, everybody. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me. And I will see you next week if I don't see you on the replay or see you. If you could like, share, subscribe, that helps. That helps other people find Lemuria too. Because I always say, if you found me, you've managed to find me on planet Matea. And this is Lemuria 5. And that is what planet Matea is the planet of light. And so, yeah, we're going to claim it. Wonderful. Okay, gang, I will see you on Friday or next week if I don't see you over on Valerie's. Okay, love ya. Bye.